What's up and welcome. You guys are now tuned back in to One Oak Mentoring, number One Oak Mentoring. It's the number one virtual team mentoring service, company, program of all times. How y'all guys doing today, man? I'm getting kind of off to a late start today, man. It's like 10 o'clock, man. Normally I'm already out of the gym and, showered up, by that time. Kind of getting off to a late start, but it's all good, right? Today, you guys, I'm gonna be talking. This is another hygiene video, and today we're gonna be talking about socks. It sounds, really simple. Socks, what is there to know about socks? Well, there's a lot that you should know about socks, man. Obviously it's just something that you put on your foot, to protect you, so your foot won't hurt, while you got your shoes on, or to soak up the sweat and stuff like that. But I kind of want to focus on really the importance of socks. Not important as like buying the coolest socks or buying the most name brand socks or anything like that. That's not what it's about. If that's how you drip, you always got nice socks on and cool, man. At least you know the importance of socks. But let's get real detailed about this thing, right? See, a lot of guys just buy socks. They might buy like a 6-pack of socks, and they might have them for like a year and a half. To be honest, guys, you guys need to be buying socks more often. If you're gonna buy socks that's trying to last a year or a year and a half, man, you got to make sure they're really, really high quality socks. And a year and a half, you're still gonna need about like a 12-pack, man. So because a lot of y'all guys buy these cheap pack of socks, and there's nothing wrong, man. If your money ain't right, if you ain't got your cake up or nothing like that, man, it's cool. You got to get what you can get. But you get a cheap set of socks, and then first of all, every man should at least have 12 pair of socks. You might get by with like 8 or 9, but you got to think, man, it's 7 days out of the week. So you want to at least have a pair of socks, for each day, right? Okay, but let's get back to the quality of socks you're buying. A lot of y'all guys that have these cheap socks, man, and they start getting holes in them. The cheaper the sock or the thinner the sock, the more it's going to have holes and stuff in them. But a lot of guys are just, see a small hole on the side, you keep wearing them. Then the next thing you know, you got a hole on the heel, you guys just keep wearing them. And then you start getting that hole in your toe and you guys just keep wearing them, man. Hey, throw the socks away, okay? Just throw them away, man, okay? It's going to be all right. Socks are really not that expensive, all right? Another thing back to the quality of socks. Sometimes, I had a habit of, getting like a real thin sock, I don't know, like if I just have like a shoe that fit better with a thin sock instead of like a thicker sock, I would, get in the habit of getting these thin socks. When you get these thin socks, man, please do remember, man, they're not going to last long at all, man. It's going to be a short-term thing with those socks. So you guys just keep that in mind. Another thing about socks, guys, about why you should have a couple, because you don't want to get into the habit of wearing a pair of socks one day and then the next day you're in a rush. Oh, I'm gonna throw these same socks again, because you know what can happen? You might be in a rush another day, you throw the same freaking socks again, and then guess what happens, man? Now your feet and your shoes, man, are smelling like salt and vinegar potato chips. I know y'all guys have smelled, the feet smell, it smells like vinegar. You know what I'm saying? It smells like vinegar fries. If your socks are smelling like that, man, it's time to alternate your socks more often. Now, some of you guys have really sweaty feet. I guess my feet just like are regular, but some of you guys got really, really sweaty feet. You might need to be wearing 2 socks, or you might need to be switching out socks 2 times a day. It just really depends. So you guys got to keep that in mind, man. Don't wear the same socks all the time, man. Okay? Because your foot's going to start stinking, your shoes are going to start stinking, and then you're going to get a bad reputation, man. You never want to get a bad reputation about your hygiene. Another thing, you guys, if you got these socks on for a while, you know how they say, the socks stand up alone? Oh, yeah, if you got some socks that are funky enough and you haven't washed and are sweaty enough, they would really just be standing up, man, stiff. And some of you guys still go and put your foot in that sock like it's all good, man. Cut it out, okay, guys? We got to do better, okay? We got to step our hygiene up, and we got to be smarter, okay? Here's a couple tips for when you have your socks. when you get your socks, you want to make sure, try to get into a habit of putting a little bit of powder in your shoe and a powder in your sock during the day. For those of you who don't know, and I'm going to explain this to you because it took me a long time, probably up until I was in maybe like my late 20s, I never understood, the purpose of powder, like people putting powder on their body and stuff like that. I just thought it was just like a fragrance mechanism or something just to make them feel better or smell better. But actually what powder does is it absorbs the sweat. So that's what you want to do. So you got a little bit of, now don't overload, don't cake your foot, don't pour the whole powder thing into your shoes, man, to where you actually stick your foot in it, man, and it feel like you're sticking your foot in sand, man. We don't need that much powder, okay? Just a little bit of powder, man, just to absorb some of the sweat and things. Your socks will last longer. Your feet will smell better, So y'all guys just definitely keep that in mind. The type of socks that you need to be wearing. Normally when people think about the word socks, they just think about, white, long socks, and there's nothing wrong with white socks. For a long time, I wore white socks. Normally I would go with like the no-show sock, which is a sock that's like real, like low, just like say if you got a low top shoe, man, and you really don't want the sock to be exposed, that's when you go with like a no-show sock, really short sock, and you put it on. But the thing that I need you guys to know about socks is I need you guys to get into buying quality socks. Okay? Always keep that on your mind frame. Buy quality socks, okay? Make sure you have enough socks. You want to have more than enough socks. Like just, have them in like a drawer or something like that, and just, have them there. Because you can never have enough socks, guys. Always remember that. You can never have enough socks. And another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is mix match socks. If you have now, if you like, this mostly happens for people that's in the rush. If you have like mix match socks on, I mean, it's not the worst thing, but it kind of sends a signal to somebody like, this person isn't organized, So y'all guys just keep that in mind, man. Try not to wear mixed match socks, but I mean, if you can't find any, man, that's fine. But the main idea about this, man, is making sure you got fresh socks. A lot of time we can get too busy and we forget to buy socks, and we think like, man, all my socks got holes in them. I've been in times where I'm looking through all my socks, I'm like, man, all these things got holes in them, man. Now back in the day, if you from the struggle land, back in the day, if you got a hole in your sock, you already know what to do, man. Take it. Now, if you really old school, man, you a tie a little knot, but that's not even comfortable at all. What you want to do, man, is you take the tip of that, the top of that sock. Now, this is for people that's, just say if you're kind of struggling, man, you can't afford socks. Take the top of that sock, right? Pull it up a little bit, fold it up under your toe, you know what I'm saying? And roll like that. Because it's uncomfortable to have a hole in your sock, man. Like, I mean, it's not painful, but walking around, man, and your big toe is just sticking out of your sock, like, come on, man, that's uncomfortable, man. And I'll do a video on this more detail later, but you guys got to make sure you're taking care of your feet as well, man. Wash your feet, man. A lot of people get in the shower, they never wash their feet, man. You got to make sure you're washing your feet. And another thing that'll make your socks last, man, clip them long, aggressive, scary toenails that you guys got, man. Some of you guys, that's what's killing your socks, man. Those aggressive toenails, man. Show your toenails some love or something, man. It's time for us to start upgrading, man. It's time for us to step up, man, and start being a better version of ourselves, man. Take care of your feet, man. Put socks on. And this right here is for a lot of you young guys. I almost forgot to touch on this. I remember being real young, and I remember just, sometimes I just put some shoes on with no socks, man. If you care about your shoes, like, do not go out of the house, especially if you going to the mailbox, okay, all right, man, it's okay. But if you plan on spending your whole entire day without socks on, man, I really wouldn't do that, because it's going to be uncomfortable, And another thing, if you really value your shoes, man, your shoes are just going to be like saturated in sweat. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like this real vinegar like funk, just jumping out them things, smacking you in the face, man. So y'all guys make sure y'all wearing socks, man. It's very important. that's pretty much all I got to say for it, man. If you have the money, invest in some good socks. And one more tip I'm going to say, that's what I'm going to go back to. The white socks, there's nothing wrong with the white socks, but you got to understand the more you wear those white socks, you know, the whiteness kind of fades, so it started getting kind of dingy, right? So then you got these dingy socks on and people see you, they say, this guy got dingy socks on. In their mind, it sends a signal, this must be a dingy person. This must be a dirty person. I know y'all seen people with dingy socks on and just something just goes, man, this must be a grimy person, man. So what I do, now, I normally charge for tips like these, but what I do is I've been buying black socks probably for the past maybe 15 years, man. Black no-shows, black Nike socks. Well, I'm not gonna say Nike because I don't want them to get no clout off me, no free, free exposure. You know, they got to pay for that. But yeah, man, just black socks, man, because you can wash them and they never really get that dingy feel to them, man. So y'all guys have a great day, man. Make sure you're washing your feet, take care of yourself, take care of your hygiene, man. I don't want y'all guys walking out here smelling like salt and vinegar potato chips, man. All right, y'all guys take care of yourself, man. One Oak cares about y'all guys. Y'all take care.